And this morning's Scramble Flashback is brought to you by Downtown Stillwater.
Fridays, Food Trucks and Tunes. Downtown Stillwater's newest series of events takes place through September from 6 to 9 p.m. on the third Friday of the month. Hi, this is Amy Jo Frazier with Downtown Stillwater, and I'd like to invite you to join us at 7th and Main for live music, family fun, and a wide variety of fantastic food trucks. For more information, go to downtownstw.com or follow us on Facebook. Hope to see you in beautiful, historic Downtown Stillwater.
Stillwater's Morning Scramble. It's 11 minutes after 9 o'clock. Steve Daniels. Stephanie Gudgel is also in studio.
Good morning.
Hi there.
How are you?
I'm really good.
Good.
So, love the weather and love everything about today so far.
My goodness. It's just beautiful. And actually, it was really hard to find a parking place downtown. So, Crazy Days is in full force, even though it's raining a little bit outside.
Amy Jo's thrilled with that. Hey, I'm going to sneeze, but say hi to Stephanie.
Hi, friend.
We just yesterday because we have got some exciting things about our new event, Friday Food Trucks and Tunes.
Now, it is tomorrow, right?
Tomorrow night.
It's tomorrow.
Snuck up on me, so.
I tell you what, it's going to be our biggest one so far, which is really saying something because we have just had thousands of people that come down. You know, well, we've had two. We started in May, and so, we felt like we had about 2,000 people for the first one, and I'm going to say it was near doubled the next time last month. But we are up to 15 food vendors for this month, which is just amazing. And I have even more than that scheduled for next month, which means in August we're going to be expanding.
Expanding in location, geography? Are we talking?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. We're gonna. I'm working on the distance right now. In fact, I spoke with Stephanie for a while yesterday about some new things that we're going to be able to offer for the event now that we're going to have to move on to Husband Street a little bit. We're still working out the logistics, but before we get to that, I really want to talk about tomorrow night because, again, 15 food vendors. How about that? It's going to be amazing. And I want to mention that the Louie's Beverage Garden is back this month.
Very good. You've been hard at work. I know when I think I was there with you, a month ago or 2 months or whatever, but she was talking about this with management at that time. So you've been working hard on it.
Well, and always with the new event, things evolve with every event. And so we're always, Amy Jo is incredible about, just constantly thinking outside the box and, what she can do to just make it better for the next time. So this is a learning process for us, and we're listening. We always, are excited to get some feedback on these events, but it's so much fun. But the best part about tomorrow, it's only going to be about 80 degrees. And so we really lucked out, certainly in July to have such a, beautiful weather. And I think the rain's going to end, and hopefully it'll just, we'll get a little bit of sunshine. But we're going to have entertainment with Val Gladden, local favorite. So tomorrow night's going to be a great time.
Yeah, how lucky is that? I was real worried about the temperature for this month, but it's going to be, in the low 80s, and the rain's supposed to stop, midday tomorrow. It will just be gorgeous. And so, and again, we've got more food vendors, so that'll help spread the lines out a little bit. So everybody needs to come down and see their family. It's a great family-friendly event, and it's been that way. We have so many families coming down, kids running around, but everybody's just enjoying themselves. Great music, not overpowering, but it's there, and you can just sit back, relax, and enjoy it. And we have such a wide variety of food that it's a great deal. I'm so happy that we were able to do this in Stillwater because I think it's something that we haven't been doing that has really, I think, struck a chord with our citizens.
Hey, Amy Jo, can you list the new food vendors that you have? Do you have any that we haven't seen before?
Well, I know I do. I'll go through the list of vendors that are going to be there tomorrow night.
Okay.
Blue Spruce, Cafe Bella on Wheels, Kazan's Dirty Curdy Cart, Cowboy Corner Shaved Ice, Granite's Ice Cream, The Hungry Duckling, Kim's Vietnamese Cuisine, of course, Louie's Bar and Grill with the Beverage Garden, and they're going to have some chips and salsa and some other things like that as well. Nalima's, Go to Pizza, Parking Lot Party, Pie on the Fly, Purdy Q, Saucy Sicilian, and Still Waffles.
Pretty good lineup.
There's something for everyone there. And she's also going to have a group down there providing just water. They'll be selling just bottled water, so you won't have to necessarily stand in line to get that. So that's one of those things we want to make sure that everyone stays hydrated, and so that'll be available for you down there tomorrow night.
Hey, I heard of one, and this is true. It sounds like I'm making this up. But you tell me whether this would work. It would work in my neck of the woods where I grew up. But it was called Gizzards on the Go.
Okay.
Hey, that would work for me. I love gizzards.
They had chicken livers and they even had chicken wings, I think, but it was mainly chicken stuff. But it was called Gizzards on the Go, and it was a food truck. And
I think it would go real well here.
I thought it would.
I do.
I do too. I'm telling you, I would go. I love gizzards. So.
You know, see, so do I. Yeah, I could tell we grew up in the country.
Maybe somebody out there listening.
Do you like gizzards?
Not particularly, but but that's okay. There's 15 other trucks to choose from. But that
you probably eat a wing though, right?
Probably. But my mother would love that, and she would come down just for that particular type of food. So
see, I also like liver and onions.
So does she.
Yeah.
And so you're right, but you do. You can't just. I mean, I can't just define that for myself.
Okay, so I'm gonna put it out there. I even like I love the occasional cat fry as well. Stephanie, I'm imagining you probably don't go there, but I love them. So.
Hey, on the topic, and I want to make sure we get all of this in this phone segment, then we can take a short time out and we can go to Stephanie's part because since Amy Jo's on the phone. But you can still hang around. But I mentioned this on the air before, but it's just because you said this last week. You said you've been following her vacation?
Yeah.
It was a great vacation and a family trip to the Grand Canyon. I know some other people who are going out there next week and stuff, and it seems like everybody's on their way to the canyon. But did it live up to what your expectations were, Amy Jo?
Oh, my gosh, absolutely. You know, Brian and I had been to the Grand Canyon before. We went out there. I had to go out to Scottsdale at the Mayo Clinic the year I was diagnosed with MS. And so while we were out there, we went to the Grand Canyon. But, of course, Nash had never been. And so not only, we visited 6 national parks. It was amazing. We went to the Grand Canyon first, and then we went up to Bryce Canyon and Zion and Arches and Capitol Reef. It was just amazing. And then we ended up in Creek, Colorado, and went fly fishing for a week. And then my family goes out there, my whole family, every year. And anyway, it was absolutely amazing. And we got, when you're going to hit 6 national parks in one vacation, I think that's really pretty incredible. But we got Nash one of those national park passport books that he can use throughout his life, where when you go to a national park, basically you get a stamp, and so you can kind of keep track of all the ones you've been to. But it was so much fun. It was very relaxed, and we did a lot of hiking and like you said, grilling out and just good family stuff. We enjoyed it so much. You would think that 2 weeks would be enough, but it wasn't. There's so much that you can see out there. The country's so much different, and everywhere you go, there's just something new and crazy to see that you're just like, holy moly, how in the world was that created? It's just, it's really unbelievable.
Well, and plus when you have a cute little kid to take along and light things up everywhere. And but you can tell a lot by following it. You go, well, he made buddies here,
Yeah, he did. He'd make friends. We go to a new campground. He'd make great friends, and inevitably they're leaving the next morning, and then we'd have tears and the whole thing. Like just meeting them and losing them. It was so cute. After the first group, he was like, "Will I see them again?" I'm like, "Well, buddy, I don't know. I don't even know their last names. I don't know where they're from." So the next group that he met, I was listening, and it was the cutest thing in the world. And he came over to me and he said, "Mama, they're from Iowa." And I said, "That's awesome." And then I heard him as he said goodbye to them that night. I said, "Now, I'm from Oklahoma. Don't forget that," because I had explained to him that we didn't know where they lived. Well, boy, he was going to make sure that they each knew which state that they were from. It was just really cute. And
well, now you can hunt them down on Facebook or something.
You
can.
Yeah.
California girls that we met, we spent some time and did some hiking and stuff with their folks, and so we did friend them on Facebook, and so we're kind of keeping up with each other that way. But it was
that's cool.
That is cool, and you never know where your paths may cross.
That's right.
Someday.
That's right.
So
that's right. They travel a lot too, and so absolutely, we very well might end up together traveling sometime.
And a lot of times, just what you learn from other people, different.
Right.
What I'm saying, different areas of the United States and their cultures, like you just said. So you do you benefit from that just as well as the area.
And people let their guard down, and
definitely
learn that people are good everywhere.
Yeah.
So hey, I need to take a brief time out here, and we'll come back, and we have one more segment. I know Stephanie has a bunch of stuff that we need to get to, and she brought a big old glass of milk in here again today. So.
Has Amy Jo heard that story? Did you hear about the spilled milk? Okay, well, I'll have to tell you that later, but it's all been resolved, and those that were listening last week, even the pastor of my church, he came up to me Sunday morning and he said, "I think you need to go out there and roll your windows down so we don't smell
Did he hear you on the radio?
He did. It was so cute. So GT, if you're listening, it was fun because he was able to relate. long, back in the day, he would carry milk that just had, I think, just like a plastic covering over it. And he said it spilled in their car, and he said eventually they had to get rid of it. So at least some do relate to that.
But always was nasty. You cannot bring milk out of the kitchen. I cannot handle that.
What the funny part, because I was really flustered when I arrived last week. But I had actually put a cup of milk in my cup holder, and I spilled just a couple of drops. I picked the milk up to clean up those couple of drops, and that is when I spilled the entire cup.
Oh,
yeah. No. And so anyway, it has been resolved. I did have my car detailed, and so far it has a really nice, clean car smell. So we'll see.
She probably didn't think I was very sympathetic because I really was worried about her. She comes in, and it's like, oh, we've had this awful thing happen, and it's been, well, what is it? And she goes, I spilled milk.
But it wasn't just a little bit of milk.
And it's like, okay, I think we can live with this.
Yes. Her lesson, because she walked in with another cup of milk.
No, she didn't. Actually, I made that up. So, hey, we're back after this.